Young, and I'm going to cover your week 1 assignments. The first assignment, of course, is your autobiography. Which, you start with every course. So just post that. And then for week 1, you have a discussion and a written assignment. So, for your discussion, you're going to respond to this case scenario here. And it's basically companies that have experienced, a crisis situation. And I want you to do some research and find one that has been through a crisis in the last 5 years, and then answer these questions. So you're going to talk about how they communicated their situation to the public, what form, who was their audience, whether they were effective in maintaining their reputation, or if they did a horrible job, talk about that. I would recommend probably talking about a poor example. That way you can offer suggestions of what they could have done better. And then provide an analysis of the strategy that they used and what you would have done differently. So when you're doing this, make sure that you write your post, use sources, cite them. And I'm going to talk specifically about discussions here because this is very important. There's a lot of requirements for discussions. They're very detailed. This is the Doing Discussions Right link. It's right here when you click on that. So make sure that you read this very carefully. It gives you a target. And it gives you a target for the initial post and the response. I will also post a grading rubric. The follow-up post need to be specifically, you're going to post your initial answer, then you need to respond to 2 classmates, and you need to respond to me. So that's a total of 3 responses for maximum points. And they do need to follow these guidelines. So that means that you're going to have to write quite a lengthy response if you want credit for it. Initial post. And then, but understand, what I don't want to see is a sentence or 2. You could write a paragraph, a really long paragraph full of things that really don't address or advance the topic at all. Or you could post a pretty concise paragraph that really, probes further into the topic, asks questions of other students, encourages debate, or, also encourages just conversation. So, but make sure that your responses and your initial posts are very, that are check for grammar and spelling, punctuation, all that. This is a graded assignment, so it should be written well. It should be correct, and it should be thought-provoking. So that's really all for that. And sorry, I got off of this. I don't know why I didn't want to do that. Okay. Then we're going to go on to the project. The week 1 project is a case analysis. It's in your text. It's Superior Foods Corporation. So you're going to create a message to these employees. You're going to read the case, and you're going to think about how you would communicate with the employees at this plant. What would you want them to know? How will you deliver this message? And use one of the idea generation approaches from the text reading. I don't know what it says for. I have to fix that. And then create a message to the employees and pay careful attention to the organization and presentation method. So the output for this is a document to employees delivering the bad news, using the strategies that you've learned about delivering bad news and business communication, managerial communication so far in week 1, through your readings and through the lecture. It should be 3 to 4 pages. That does not include any references at the end, or any title pages if you use those. I would use, I mean, this is going to be a document that's like a memo. So look up memo format. You're creating an official communication, so I would make sure that you read up on that, because I'm going to be looking for style on that as well. That's really all. Just follow these directions. But like I said, this is, unless you're writing an essay in this class, there's going to be a lot of business type communications, and that would be in a memo format. So make sure that you read up on that and look and see what that, look for resources on writing in that style. I mean, you can Google it and find a million examples, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. The main part of this assignment is coming up with a memo that, really approaches the right tone for this issue, for this specific case, because what you'll find is it's very case specific. So, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to assist you. Just make sure that you're doing your reading in the class. As far as strategies for memos, read the case, and then, basically you're just applying what you've learned in this, and you're actually doing it. And so we're taking this right into practice. We're hitting the ground running for week 1. You've got to deliver some bad news. How are you going to do that? So, if you have any questions, let me know. And, you can text me anytime if you're working on this. I check email once a day, but, I've got my phone with me. So that's usually the quickest way to get a hold of me if you need me immediately. And my information's on the announcement board for that. Thank you for listening, and have a great week. Thank you.